Positive energy all the time. Good to see you all tonight. Friday night, let's get it. Represent your city. And we have South Carolina in the building. Of course, I'm representing Chicago, Illinois. Everybody on Twitch, everybody on Kick, you know this is Chicago. Everybody on YouTube, you know this is the Windy City. Everybody on Facebook, no, this is Chirac. We have Miami. We have North Miami Beach in the building. We have San Jose in the building. We have Greensboro in the building. We have Buffalo in the building. XYZ says, I think the economy is not as good as some reporters claim. It struggles ahead. Yes. Highly favored. Got the info. Say black unemployment is up from 7.2 to 7.5 as of August 2025. We appreciate you. Highly favored. What's your Q cell? You know how oh my God. You know how it is, sweetheart. We got Rochester in the building. We got Kingsport. That's where the Kings be at. We got the beautiful Daphne in the building representing Jacksonville. Uh-oh. I see you, Daphne. We got Greensboro, South Carolina in the building. We got Rock Hill in the building. Yes, indeed. Let's make it do what it do. Okay. I'm going to keep it honest. I do not like this whole economic vibe, this whole racial vibe, this whole thing going on in the U.S. I don't like it. I think it's horrible. I think the division and everything, I think is bad. I think it's horrible. This country cannot survive economically with all this ridiculous division. It can't happen. It can't happen with all this ridiculous division. You understand? A lot of us get along, but some is white against black, black against white. You can't get nowhere like that. You can't be on a landmass and be divided and get money. You can't be on a landmass and get money. You can't have your borders just wide open and just anybody and their mother could just come. You can't have a country and have people unemployed and have people struggling for housing, but let more people in. Who does that? You would shut down all immigration, work on homelessness, clean up all these homeless people everywhere, clean up places where it's garbage, where it's dirty, where there's abandoned cars, like in the Bay Area, clean up dilapidated buildings in Chicago and New York and all over the place, deal with homelessness, and many of the whiter states and whiter cities have homeless problems that they're trying to hide. You would work on some type of political unity between Democrats and Republicans. You would kick to the curb certain issues that they're arguing about that has no economical value. Conversations about sexual preference, you would throw that in the garbage, okay? You just be who you are. We're not going to make no big deal because you're LGBTQ. You're not going to get no special attention for that. You are what you are. What your sex, kick that to the curb, okay? In an ideal, you would throw race to the curb, even too, as long as you're going to hire everybody. But if you're racist, then you're going to have special means to make sure that blacks and Asians and Spaniards get jobs. That's up to white Americans to make the country not racist. If you're the majority of the majority of people are white, it's up to you to decide what you want to do. Okay? And with the racism and all that ridiculousness, a bunch of foolishness. Run those likes up, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all of that. Okay? Hit that super chat. So, I don't know what America's doing. I don't know. Trump, I don't like the job he's doing. I kind of feel sorry for him because he's kind of got to cater to the radical right. But as a leader, you're supposed to be a leader. He's a follower. That's the thing I don't like about Trump. He's a follower. This far left and far right stuff, it ain't paying no bills. These two extreme sides, it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna pay no bills. We just had another shooting somewhere. I seen it just happen at a news station or something. Let me see. Because these people are doing ridiculous stuff. A television station struck by gunfire in a drive-by shooting. This was in Sacramento. Nonsense. Then the 3 officers got ambushed. Just a lot of foolishness. You see, let me tell you something. Let's get to the nitty-gritty. When you push extremism, like what this country is doing, when you push extremism, extreme to the right or extreme to the left, it's still extremism. So now you get nuts on the right acting crazy. You get nuts on the left acting crazy. And then you get nuts all in the middle that ain't extreme right or left, but they feel like, oh, since we've been extremists, let's everybody act a fool. So see, America's making a terrible mistake with this extremism because it's giving the lunatics the idea that they could just act crazy. So it's not going to stay right and left. It's not going to stay like that. It's not going to stay right or left. It's going to be all over the place. It's going to be all over the place. You say you think what Trump is doing to benefit his wealth and his legacy of his family. How you benefiting the wealth of your family when you trashing the country? He doesn't know what he's doing. That's bad economics, okay? That's bad economics, what Trump is doing. At the end of the day, it will come back and hurt his family. His family's, he's pushing all this stuff for his family, right? We ain't talking about whether he cares or not. Let's just talk about the facts. Of course he doesn't care if he doesn't realize it's going to hurt him. Listen, you push all these ideas for your family to get this money. Why are you pushing this and why are you just pushing for money for your family? The economy starts to crash. All your family's investments go broke. So you lose in the long run. Because where are they going to put their money? Because if it crash, wherever your money's at, it's going to crash. Robert, when it crash, everybody crashes. This idea that it crashed, but it don't affect the wealthy is wrong. In the Great Depression, the wealthy was jumping out of buildings. He don't understand that you could lose trillions just like that. Billionaires can end up broke. Millionaires end up broke just like that. All the money gone. So the idea, it's not the idea he doesn't care. That's not true. That's not true. It's not that Trump don't care. Trump is stupid. Listen, it's not that he don't care. He is not the brightest bulb in the lamp. Never have been. He's not doing this because he don't care. He don't know what he's doing. Donald Trump does not know what he's doing. It's a facade that he knows what he's doing. He's never knew what to do with money. Ever. He's licensing his name on Trump Towers. He don't own those buildings. That man is not a money. His daddy was a money getter. His daughter is a money getter. He's not. He's an illusion of a businessman. He is not. Even if he cared, he don't have the business capacity to do nothing. He doesn't have the business. Tariffs will not help his family. None. None of that stuff he's doing is going to help his family. So what's your point, Robert? Is everything I'm saying has got I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to say. Because I'm telling you, he don't got no plan. He don't have a plan. I'm telling you, this is not a plan. This is a total disaster. He has no plan. If you collapse the economy, you take rich people, you buy all the land, you put a bunch of robots out there to make the food. Who's going to buy the food? Who's going to buy the food? If you make everybody broke and you buy all the land, what you going to do with the land? What you going to do with it? Where's the money going to come from? Anybody that knows the economy knows. You want to know, you want to learn some economy? Listen to Big Pharaoh. Economy works like this. The money's got to be at the bottom. The money can't be at the top. In order for the rich to make money, the money has to be at the bottom. When you take all the money at the top, the people at the top go broke. They're supposed to know that. Listen, Robert, I'm telling you right now. So that's why I like people to listen so they don't get told, you don't confuse the chat. I'm telling you what's going on. He got no plan. They do not know what they are doing. There is no such thing as just being rich at the top. There's no such thing. That's never existed in the world. We've had ancient countries, right? You're all good. We've had countries where they was rich at the top, right? In Europe. Inside the castle, the king is filthy, filthy rich. Everybody outside is filthy, filthy poor. The people outside, filthy, filthy poor, get diseases. The disease spreads inside of the castle, and the whole kingdom gets sick. Everybody gets sick. Economy. What's the root word of economy? Eco. What's the eco? Ecosystem. If you take all the money to the top, everybody goes broke. Everybody. Because money's no good without an economy. If you got a whole lot of money, what good is it if there's no economy? What good is it for you to have a Bentley and nobody else has a car but 10 of y'all? You can't even come out and drive. There is no way that the rich can control the poor if they let the poor outnumber them too much. The only way the rich can enjoy their riches, they have to have a upper middle class, a middle class, a lower middle class, a upper lower class, a middle lower class, and the bottom. If they don't have those buffer zones, they can't even come outside. What they gonna do? Just stay in their castle? They won't be able to pop their head out. They won't be able to pop their head out. Where you gonna go if everybody's starving and you're rich? Are you just gonna stay in your penthouse forever? You can't. Where you gonna go? Who gonna be your security? Because security ain't rich. What you gonna do? Where you gonna go? You just gonna. What you gonna do? Who gonna grow your food? Robots? Who gonna repair the robots? This is basic economics. I mean, I don't understand. Like this is basic economics. On the street, this is basic. If you're the big man in the narcotics world, in your community, if the people under you ain't getting paid, you go broke. You go broke. The only way that economy can go is the guys got to be making money. And the more money the bottom make, the better you are at the top. If the money run out the bottom, there is no top in no business. If you get filthy, filthy rich, there is nobody going to a football game. There is nobody going to a basketball game. There is nobody going to a baseball game. Your economy dies. When your economy dies, you're not rich. You're only rich when you can compare it to somebody. That's the only reason you're rich. You only got a nice car if somebody else got a car a little bit less than that. But if you're the only one with that car, that's not a nice car. It's just a car. That's a fact. Without everybody else, you got nothing. The greedy become the needy. How many years they've been saying that? You've got nothing if everything goes to the top, you become poor. You become poor. People don't know what poverty is. Money is not rich. It's the economy that you can use the money in that makes you rich. But if you ain't got no economy, you're not rich. You're not rich. How? Because everybody's the same height. Are you tall? Good to see you, Nicole. So I'm looking, I'm saying, what the hell is these guys doing? You don't do money up here. You do money down here. You have to do money down here. You can't do money at the top. If you do all the money at the top goes broke. The top ends up poor. If you got a country where all your money's at the top with the billionaires, and another people got a country where it's lots of money all the way up, they're going to surpass you. They're going to do way better than you. Your country is going to fall. You're not going to be able to keep up with another country where it's money all the way up and down. If you build a country where only a small percentage of your people got all the money and everybody else ain't got nothing, and they got a country where the money's spread it out, and they still got rich people, but other people doing fine, they're going to outdo you. You're gonna be nothing. And you ain't going to have no military. You're not going to have no military. You're not going to have no defense department. You're not going to have nothing. You're not going to have no medical, nothing. If you filthy rich at the top with all the money, who gonna do the medical? Who gonna do the agriculture? Where you gonna get food from? You rich, you don't grow no food. Where you gonna get food from? Where you gonna get food from? Exhibit A. Trump ran off all the migrants, right? Right before harvest time, right? Right? Look at the food, rotten. Look at the food. Who thinks that's good if you're rich? Well, you ain't got no ketchup or no tomatoes either. This is basic economics. The streets know these economics, and we got presidents and stuff that don't know these economics, like they don't know economics. Economics don't work this way. Economics works this way, from the bottom up, from the bottom up, from the bottom up, not from the top. Economics does not work from the top. It works from the bottom. It's the only way you're going to have any type of system. It's got to circulate from the bottom. If you let the rich suck all the life out, you collapse. The other person pays people so their army will attack you. Your army ain't going to want to fight. As a matter of fact, they might overthrow you. How many kings and emperors and great men been overran by their people? Look, I know I'm talking to younger people. What y'all know about the French Revolution? What happened in the French Revolution? They did the same thing they doing here. And what them people do? Ran in there and grabbed all them rich people and did whatever they wanted to. The French Revolution was a period of radical political and social upheaval in France from 1789 to 1799, 10 years, which saw the overthrow of the monarchy and the feudal system, the establishment of a republic with the slogan liberty, equality, fraternity, and ultimately the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte, triggered by deep social inequality, financial crisis, and Enlightenment ideas. The revolution involved the storming of the Bastille, the declaration of the right of man, and a bloody reign of terror before concluding with Napoleon's coup. They was going in them buildings, getting them rich people, and dragging them out of there. What y'all know about that? Y'all know about that? What y'all know about that? You would think these people would learn. I mean, the history already showed them. How I know, and they don't know. Make it make some sense. They don't know nothing about the French Revolution. Go read the details. I can't even tell you the details on what happened because it's too gory, and YouTube might get mad. Go see what really happened. Go see what really happened in the French Revolution, where they thought that they could be rich and they could just run over the people. And then, but you need the people to fight for you, but you run over the people. But if you ain't got the people, you ain't got no military, so anybody could conquer you. Like unbelievable. And people be saying Trump know what he's doing. No, he does not. He's not intentionally doing this. He doesn't know what he's doing at all. He's 80 years old, senile, and too old for the job, and never really was a successful businessman in his life. Every business he had flopped. Okay? Every business he had flopped. He doesn't know what he's doing. But because of the supremacy ideology that they push, they pushed it all, you know how that go. He couldn't possibly not know what he's doing. Oh, no. He couldn't possibly not know what he's doing. That's what's going on. That's why everybody's like, oh, he must know what he's doing. No. He absolutely doesn't know what he's doing. Let them eat cake. Exactly, Nicole. Nicole know what I'm talking about. He doesn't know what he's doing. If anybody know, okay, you see that big building? Okay, that's where the rich people was. That's where all the politicians was at. And what does it look like everybody doing outside? Do it look like they happy with people in the building? Do it look like people in the building are doing well right now in this picture? No. Because when the people go poor, the people are relatives to the army that protect you. And there's no soldier that's going to sit there and watch his grandmama and them lose everything they got. and stay and be a loyal soldier. And this is what these politicians, I don't understand. The people are related to the soldiers to protect the country. If the people lose everything, the soldiers going to be a coup. When their mama call them lost everything, their daddy lost everything, their granddaddy lost everything. There's no separation. Them people if Trump don't get no money here, y'all really think them military and them gonna keep listening to him? Those are regular people. Those senators and congressmen got cousins and nephews that ain't rich. That's gonna start calling and gonna start saying we losing everything. And it's like when it all hits the fan and you walk in the store and it's like this, you're gonna remember what I told you. When you walk in the store and it's like this, then you'll see. Take January 6th and multiply that by 1,000. How many people you got? I'm just saying. Take January 6th and multiply that by 1,000 in Washington, D.C. You know, in a lot of these countries, these dictators, they start doing crazy stuff, right? The people go and they start trying to tear up and take over the country. The leader, like a Trump, he calls the military. The military come, but the military is related to the people. And what do the military do? They go in there and grab him. They go in there and grab him. We just seen that in a couple countries recently, where the guy wasn't no good leader. The people rose up. They called the military. The military went and grabbed the leader and say, we with the people. Because the military is with the people. I don't understand these leaders. The military is not going to turn on their mamas and daddies and cousins. If you starve out the Americans and they start losing everything, what you think going to happen? It's ridiculous. I watched some videos today where people are now getting their bills for their tariffs. Did you know that? And one young white lady, she ordered $37 worth of stuff, came to her. She got her package. And like 2 days later, she got a notice that she owed $40 for tariffs. So she paid $37 for the product, and then they come later and give her the bill for the tariffs. Y'all ain't seen the tariff bills? So she said, I don't want the product. I don't want nothing. I'm not going to pay you $40 for $37 worth of stuff. Man, they are sending notices to pay the tariffs. Remember, we kept trying to tell you that you the one going to pay the tariffs? Well, guess what's going down right now? All in America, people are getting bills for their packages. Look it up. Look it up. Right now, people are getting bills for the stuff they ordered. Look it up. Look, even AI don't know yet because this just happened. I be ahead of AI. I looked it up on AI. AI don't even know yet. TikTok know before AI? Hey, bro, TikTok don't need TikTok. TikTok is faster than AI. I just looked it up on AI, and it's probably not going to show up till next week because it's all over TikTok. It's all over TikTok. People paying tariffs. Hold on. Let me see if I can find one so y'all don't think I'm playing. Watch this. Y'all think I'm playing? Watch this. Watch this. Hold on. Oh, you can't make this. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. Y'all, you cannot make this stuff up. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. People are receiving tariff bills. Yes, they are. Right now. I kid you not. Y'all, wait a minute. Because I know y'all think I got to be lying. I know y'all thinking, bro, you lying. Yeah, it's legal, bro. Yes. They told you from the beginning Americans pay the tariff, bro. You pay the tariff. You pay the tariff. Look, y'all. You pay the tariff. They told us that, but nobody wanted to listen. The customers, the people pay the tariffs, not the people that ship it to you. If they charging me $15, I'm putting that on your bill. If you order a purse from me and it's $500, and now you order it's $550, I'm putting that on you. I'm putting that 50 on your bill. I'm putting that on your bill. Look, Trump didn't know that. What they tell you? If Trump didn't know that, what does that tell you about him? Look, y'all support the channel, man. Hey, why my super chat and all that stuff ain't popping off? Watch this. You watch this. You watch this. You tell me if I'm crazy, if I'm lying, or what. You tell me.
This is a tariff bill. I'm a little scared to open it, but let's see how much we owe. Oh my gosh. We owe 200, hold on. Stop. $294. I don't even know if it costs that much. We ordered a piece of equipment or part for my husband's dirt bike from Canada. They've already delivered it. And then now we got sent a bill because of the tariff.
Right? You heard it, right? You heard it. You heard it. What y'all think about that? You can't make this stuff. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. Hold on. You know, this is the realest. I'm the real. Come on, man. This is the realest, okay? You cannot make this up, all right? You cannot make this up, all right? This is what the rest of the year. And guess what? And guess what? Guess what? And guess what? And guess what? And guess what? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. And guess what? First off, it's Thanksgiving and Christmas where you need food, right? Thanksgiving and Christmas, you need food. All the food right now, right? Because you chased off the migrants with the food still on the, instead of let them pick it first and then make changes. You chase the migrants out at harvest time. This is what happened when you jump too early. You don't think it through. You wait till all the food is ready. And you chase the migrants away while the food is on the vines ready. Instead of letting them pick it. And then if you want to make some changes, be like, okay, we can get some of these migrants out of here, which you never should have chased off the ones on the farms, dub or whatever, until you could figure out a way. You should have just gave them instant citizenship because you know ain't nobody else gonna pick it. So now you done messed up all the food at Thanksgiving and Christmas when all the food got to be ready because Thanksgiving represents harvest time. Then it's Christmas time and you need packages. And what do?
This is a tariff bill. I'm a little scared to open it, but let's see how much we owe. Oh my gosh. We owe hold on. $294. I don't even know if it costs that much. We ordered a piece of equipment or part for my husband's dirt bike from Canada. They've already delivered it. And then now we got sent a bill because of the tariff.
So you mess up the food right before Thanksgiving and Christmas. And the packages at Christmas, can't nobody get their packages. You cannot make this up, y'all. And they ain't telling you what's going on. They playing it off, right? To the point they might even be mad at me for telling you.
Had my first experience with tariffs getting this box. There is a fun freebie I like to include in my orders. I've been scared to reorder them ever since you know whose trade war started. I've heard horror stories from other small businesses about getting bills for hundreds of dollars later on before they could get their package. And so I had no idea how it was going to work, how I had to pay the bill, but someone came to the door yesterday and no one was around, and they left this note on the door that I had to pay $57 to release it from customs or whatever, and shipping for this was $90, so it's more than half of the shipping costs. And for people that are still confused, it is the small business in America paying the tariff, and that will likely be passed on to the consumer. Not in this case, because these are just freebies I like to include in my board orders. I'll finally show you. They are...
She had to pay $47 extra shipping for what she already paid $90. 90 plus the 40. And now us as small business people, we got to pass that on to the consumer. So now everything you go buy is going to be an arm and a leg, okay? I don't know if you've been in the stores, but go in the store and buy some food, buy some deodorant, buy some stuff in the store, and look at the cash register. Because they got to pay tariffs. The stores got to pay the tariffs. Oh, you understand what I'm saying? When the stores receive their package, they getting that bill too. And they got to put that in with our groceries, with your auto parts, with everything you getting that's getting shipped. It's getting ready to cost you an arm and a leg. While people are losing their jobs at the same time, because businesses are going out of business at the same time. And more businesses going to go out of business because you can't afford to stay in business because that extra cost, you don't got it. All of this you find out in September. You know what that means? All of this we find out in September. You know what that means? It's back to school. This is the money time. This is the money time to end the year with the money. To go from the red into the black. Black Friday. You go out the red into the black. And everybody's money is going to be messed up. Everybody going to be penny pinching. Like ain't nobody going to be letting go of the dollar. This winter, when you see people hanging out and stuff, they the ones slow. Because everybody got any sense, it's going to shut down. Anybody got some sense from the shutdown. That new car, you're not buying it. If your car is nice, you're not buying that new car right now unless you're crazy. If you're going to buy a new car, you need to wait till January or February when they stuck with them and they just got to give them away. You might get a good deal. You might get a good deal January, February, March. But if you try to buy it now, you're going to get did dirty because they got to try to figure out how they're going to get their money back. It's tariffs on them cars. If it's a foreign car, it's a tariff on it. You know how much that tariff is going to be on a car? $40,000 car, $30,000 car? You're going to walk in the store, it's going to be like this. Then you're making enemies with everybody. You're making enemies in South and Central America. The Chinese went and started buying beef from Australia. They're not going to come back. Once Australia cut that deal with them, they're not going to turn around and do Australia dirty. The Chinese is going down to Venezuela now to get their soybeans. Now America want to go to Venezuela with the warships, telling you it's for something other than what it's really for. It's to intimidate the Chinese who ain't going to take that kindly because they got to get food and they need those soybeans. The guy just in Canada just poured out the American liquor. Canada ain't buying the liquor. The people here with the liquor companies is going broke. Okay. Okay. And these are Trump supporters. These are Trump supporters. They don't even want to tell you. They don't even want to tell you. They try not to put it in the news. They're doing everything to cover up what's going on. They didn't want to tell you. Look, major wine company will lay off more than 1,700 California workers and leave the state. And leave. The country's second largest alcohol wholesaler is laying off 1,756 employees in California as it prepares to shut down its entire business in the state, according to the government filings. That ain't nothing. For those in business, know what I'm getting ready to say. When you're in business, you know that you don't get the devastating business news until next month. If you know about business, you know there's a lot of bad news up the pipeline, but they won't start releasing it until October and November. They're releasing a little bit right now, but October, November, that's when you're going to get the bad news. That's when they're going to tell you how bad next year going to be. And unless the Trump administration do miracles, it's going to be all bad news. Layoffs, 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 closes, 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 closings. Because what Trump did, he was hoping it would rebound by now. So when he got in there and made those moves, he was supposed to get the results of rebound, but everybody said, the heck with you, and went on and found other business. So you never got that Canadian business back. You never got that Russian business back. You never got that Chinese business. You never got that business back. They said the hell with you and they moved on. So now you're finishing this fiscal year and he's playing it off. But when you go into next year, all of that is going to add up. I keep telling my subscribers when I go to Whole Foods, you need to see the freezer. It looked real spooky. They done moved all the food around. Certain products already ain't showing up like they used to. There's products I got regularly. Man, let me tell you. I'm trying to tell you. How many, just think about it. How many fields is like this for how many different fruits and vegetables? This is just the tomatoes. Just think about it. So within the next 3 weeks, through November, how many of these videos we getting ready to see? of rotten strawberries and rotten tomatoes and rotten grapes that we finna see. Look at all them tomatoes. Look how big that field is. You see how big that field is? Look, 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 all the way out there. All that stuff rotten. They can't even show you how much rotten tomatoes is out there. So what is ketchup finna cost for a bottle of ketchup? Then they finna start cutting it, right? Oh man, so by next year they're gonna be talking about don't give your baby this, don't give your baby that. Y'all know they finna cut, right? So now they're gonna be cutting everything. You're gonna have to read the ingredients because you ain't finna get no 100% nothing. Everything gonna be cut. Y'all know I ain't lying. Everything gonna be cut. And then all this other stuff is theater, ain't it? So you won't pay it. See? All that other stuff they doing, that's all theater. So you won't really see what's really going on. It's all theater. They're not telling us none of the real bad news. Truckers been quitting like crazy. Look, man. Watch this. Look. Check this out. Ain't on the news. Look. Yes, a significant number of U.S. truckers are quitting due to reasons like burnout, long hours, low wages, poor work-life balance, and health issues. The lifestyle is demanding, requiring long periods away from home, which strains the relationships and leads to dissatisfaction. While there's a history of discussion about a trucker shortage, recent conditions like a great freight recession in 2025 has caused some drivers, especially small business owners, to leave the industry entirely. What is a great freight recession? What is that? What is that? What is that? See how they be naming stuff? What is a great freight recession? What is a great freight recession? You see how they like to play in our face? Look, the great freight. I never heard of this. I never heard of this a day in my life. I never heard of no great freight recession. Look, the great freight recession refers to a period of unprecedented, prolonged decline in freight demand and rates beginning around April 2022 and extending until 2025. They keep trying to blame stuff on COVID. But man, we know it ain't no COVID, man. Man, we know that they never bounced back, and it was bouncing back right now. And that after COVID, right, this would have been the year to bounce back. That it would have bounced back this June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And now we done destroyed the bounce back, okay, with the tariffs. The tariffs has destroyed the bounce back. He said he think about giving it up every day because they didn't destroy the bounce back. I'm right. Simply put, there are not any products to haul. Exactly, Goshen. Exactly. They did the truckers dirty. They did them dirty. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is why I'm saying when you try to make all the money at the top, everybody know this. You're supposed to know this. On the streets, when dudes is hustling and they working with a crew, if the main guy get greedy, the business flops. The workers gotta live good. They gotta make good money. That's on the streets. The workers gotta make good money. The workers gotta buy new cars, have fancy clothes. That's what make the business go. If you're the only one getting fancy clothes and cars and the workers ain't getting nowhere, you go out of business and you get set up, all type of stuff happen. You go out of business. The money got to always be at the bottom. Always. Money rises. Money don't go down. When the money rises, you got to throw the money back down. He said he went from $5 per mile to $2 per mile. See what I'm saying? You might as well park the truck, fix it up, park it. Unless you got a heavy note on it, then get rid of it and just get another one when things get back to popping. Because there ain't no sense of being out there. You notice things in the store has went up 60% or more recently. Boy, let me tell you something, Pure Grow. Boy, I ain't never stared at the cash register like that. Man, you go in the cash register, you go to the store. Because I go to Whole Foods because it's close and I can get a lot of stuff I like. I'm looking at the cash register. I never used to stare at the cash register. They putting stuff in the bag. They bag by the time they bag up one bag, it's saying like some crazy numbers. One bag is $50, $60, $70 with like nothing in it. Certain products is like super high. Super high. Like when I get my coffee from Starbucks, it's $10 a pop the way I get it. For a coffee that's supposed to be like $6 something, it's 10. It's 10. It's like $9.80 something. $9.30. It's $9.30 every time. It's supposed to be like 5 something, 6. It's 9 off the top. And when I'm working hard and I got a lot to do, this every day. So it's like $70 a week in order for me to do my other businesses. Because I'll be staying up beyond regular hours. Well, when that's not 70, I'll do it every day, but it'd be at least 50 a week. 200 a month just for coffee. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go get a coffee machine and make my own coffee because I don't drink coffee like that. But I increased my work schedule and my workouts. I'm doing these crazy workouts. So in order for me to get everything done, when I finally do get enough rest from my exercise, I gotta do like marathons with my other businesses. And I got to have that caffeine. I gotta have that caffeine to stay awake. Period. Point blank, period. Ain't no way getting around it. And the more money going out, but ain't no more money coming in because ain't nobody got no money. Don't nobody want to let go no coins. Nobody want to give up no money. These super chats and stuff and cash apps we be having as content creators, ain't nobody hitting them like they used to. You can't blame them. They ain't got man, people struggling all year. People getting divorces and everything. People breaking up, like the gold diggers. You know what I'm saying? And now dude ain't got no gold. She gone. She moved back to her mama house. You know what I'm saying? 2 bags be $100, 100 plus, depending on what you buying. You ain't lying, pure growth. You ain't lying. You don't got no gas in the car, and it's like this much for this gas. Are y'all serious? The stores got stuff in there and they overcharge you, and then they stuck with it and they having crazy sales. The stores is having crazy sales. So on 1 minute they robbing you, and then they turn around in some products and they giving them away. So now I'm shopping like that. I'm holding out until they gotta give stuff away, and then I'm grabbing it. They'll like overcharge for something and then be stuck with it and then undercharge for it. It's weird. And you can see, oh, they going out of business. You're gonna look up, they be like, we closing this Starbucks. You're gonna have to go to that one and that one. Like y'all got 5 Starbucks, you're gonna have 3. I mean 5 Whole Foods. Like you got 5 Whole Foods, you're gonna end up with 3. They're gonna close 2 of them. Watch. I'm telling you. Dating, women is out here by the thousands. Because everybody ready to shack up. Everybody ready to get together and split the bills. Hypothetically, does a weak economy leave a country vulnerable to an attack, domestic and foreign? No. Hypothetically, a weak economy makes a country attack another country. America will go to war with anybody right now. America will go to war right now, quick. A big country like America start getting broke. Oh, they finna come take your stuff. They going to war. You see Trump got them ships down in Venezuela, right? Hey, man, they ready to fight. Oh, yeah. They got to go take some stuff. Country like America go broke, other countries better be ready. What happens in the community when dudes, XYZ, what happened in the community when the bad, rough dude with the guns go broke? They start kicking in doors, home invasions, robberies, carjackings, right? Smash and grabs. America finna smash and grab. Country smash and grab. Country smash and grab. You see, they say you got to sign up for the draft. Y'all see the new draft rules? They got new draft rules. They got new draft rules. You see all these new rules they got? You can't be on your phone. You got to have all these special passports. You got to have all these special papers. You don't see what they doing? It's getting tight. Everybody tense. You see the dude that got shot? That's because of the tension. That ain't because of nothing else other than the economy. I don't care what they told you. The world economy, well, you really think Gaza is over? It's over money, man. They need some more land. They going to take that land, and they trying to go take some oil. They want to take some oil. They want to take Gaza, and then they want to take Iran, and they want to take that oil. U.S. want to take Venezuela and take that oil. This is what's going on because the economy is messed up, and they got to find some money somewhere. And that's why they invest in the military, so if money run out, they can come take your stuff. Man, there's homeless people everywhere. It's been out here. I've been talking about it. Look at the homeless situation. Look, I said, AI. I said, is the homeless situation getting worse in the U.S.? Look what it said. Yes. The homeless situation is getting worse in the U.S., with the number of people experiencing homelessness rising to a record high level in 2024. The overall homeless population increased by 18% from 2023 to 2024, adding over 100,000 people to the unhoused population, making it the highest number since 2007. This increase is largely attributed to a critical shortage of affordable housing, stagnant wages, and inadequate access to health care and economic opportunities. And that's the 2024 reading. What you think is going to read when this year's over and they tell you about 2025? What you think is going to say? They ain't did the numbers for 2025 yet. What you think is going to say? We all are hop, skip, and a jump from being homeless. I don't know if you know it or not. Look what the farmer said. I never seen anything like it. Trump policy leaves U.S. farmers in dire straits. He says a 5-alarm fire, one Kentucky soybean farmer said, describing the harmful effect of the president's tariffs. As anticipated, U.S. President Donald Trump's economic and immigration policies are harming American farmers' ability to earn a living and testing the loyalty of one of the president's staunchest bases of support, according to reports published this week. After Trump slapped 30% tariffs on Chinese imports in May, Beijing retaliated with measures including stopping all purchases of U.S. soybeans. Before the trade war, a quarter of the soybeans, the nation's number one export crop produced in the United States, was exported to China. Trump's tariffs mean American soybean growers can't compete with countries like Brazil, the world's leading producer and exporter of the staple crop, and itself the target of a 50% U.S. tariff. Now, all of a sudden, warships is down by Venezuela and Brazil. That's why he sent the warships down there, because now China going down there trying to get their stuff. So now America down there trying to bully. We depend on the Chinese market. The reason we depend so much on this market is the Chinese consume 61% of soybeans produced worldwide. Kentucky farmer Caleb Raglag, who is the president of the American Soybean Association, told News Nation on Monday. Right now, we have zero sold for this crop that's starting to be harvested right now, and they don't got nobody to buy none, okay? They got nobody to buy none, okay? Shout out to Common Dreams. You know what I'm saying? Common Dream News. Much respect to them. Look, they say they can't sell none. Right now, we have zero sold. It's a 5-alarm fire for our industry that 25% of our total sales is currently missing. And right now, we are not competitive with Brazil due to the retaliatory tariffs that are in place. Our prices are about 20% higher. And that means that the Chinese are going elsewhere because they can find a better value. And the American soybean farmer and their families are suffering. There are 500,000 of us that produce soybeans, and we desperately need markets, and we need opportunity and a level playing field. There's an artificial barrier that is built with these tariffs that makes us not be competitive, Ragland's added. I don't even got to read the rest. You get the idea. The same Americans that put him in office is losing. His constituents are losing. His own constituents, his own voters losing. They didn't know he was going to do all that. And what I'm trying to tell my subscribers is this is a back end. We haven't got to the back end yet. But in the next 2 or 3 months, you're going to see the backlash. The honeymoon for Trump is going to be over. And it's going to be I'm thinking he's going to give out like $5,000 stimulus checks, but it might be too little too late. It might be too little too late. It really might. I don't think he calculated right. I just don't. I wouldn't advise him to do nothing the way he did it. Nothing. The migrant situation, I would have made it known early. We're not coming to no farm workers. We mostly gonna grab criminals first. The rest of y'all chill. Y'all all right? If you ain't doing no crazy crime, we ain't coming for you. Then I would have waited till the harvest was over. Then I would have made my next announcement who we coming for. I would have fast-tracked the farm workers. You a citizen, period. If you out here working on these soybeans, tomatoes and all that, I can't hurt my own farmers. They need this labor. America's not going to do this work. They're not going to do it. So I would have fast-tracked their citizenship. Your citizenship is good, but you got to work here for like 3 years. If you don't do 3 years, we revoke your citizenship. We give you a temporary citizenship for 3 years. And if you work here for 36 months, then we'll give you permanent citizenship. You know what I'm saying? They say he want to collapse the economy. No, he don't want to collapse the economy. The reason they say want to collapse the economy, Tony, because they don't want to admit he's dumb. They always trying to make it look like he's still smart. That's what they trying to do. They trying to make it look like, no, he's smart. He's doing this on purpose. No, he's not. He don't know what he's doing. They trying to sell it like he know what he's doing. Y'all don't notice that? They're like, he's doing it on purpose. No, he's not. His airlines didn't crash on purpose. His college he started didn't crash on purpose. All his 6 businesses he lost, that wasn't on purpose. That man don't know what he's doing. Hold on, let me show y'all something. So y'all don't think I'm just talking. That man don't know what he's doing. Watch this. Let me see if I can find who doing everything. Hold on. Watch this. Hold on. Got it. Listen. This man was given to Trump by his daddy. Okay? All right? This is Allen, right? Okay? This is Allen Weisselberg, all right? Remember, they locked him up in Rikers Island, right? This is who they passed down. Much respect to Zach. Thanks for the super chat. Allen was connected through the family, through other family members to help Donnie make some money. So this is the one that helped him license his name on Trump Towers and stuff like that. He went to jail messing with Trump, all right? Him and Trump's daughter is the money makers. The two sons is just like their daddy. Don't know what they're doing. Trump's daughter and him is the one make everything happen. And he went to Rikers Island messing with Trump and got indicted. All right. Trump does not know what he's doing. Okay. Trump, listen, in New York, Trump had a penthouse. He was trying to write it off for taxes and stuff like that. He said the penthouse was 11,000 square feet. There is no penthouse in New York that's 11,000 square feet. How smart is that? That's why he's going after Letitia, because she had got him caught up with all them scams he was running in New York, where he knows I take care of business, lost his rights to license his name and all that. So he had to become president so he can get some money as president. Had them people giving planes and all of that, right? Everything he's doing is for personal gain. Why? Because he lose all the family money all the time. He's not a good businessman. He said it was 11,000 square feet, and there ain't no penthouse nowhere in New York 11,000 square feet. He's not a good businessman, okay? He's not. His daddy was the good businessman. He never was a good businessman. I ain't trying to disrespect him. I'm just telling the truth. When he got on The Apprentice, they said his office was so dirty, they had to make him a TV office. They had to make him look like a successful businessman on The Apprentice. Look it up. It's all over the internet where The Apprentice said he's a facade. What kind of big-time businessman you know would sell these? This is a grifter. Look at this mess. This man has got tariffs against China, and where these shoes look like they was made at? Where his shoes look like they was made? This don't look like they made in China. This look like these was made in the USA. Look at these shoes. I ain't trying to hate on dude. I'm just telling y'all the truth. I ain't got nothing against dude. I'm just telling you the truth. He's not a businessman. He does not know what he is doing. He's not a good businessman. His daughter's good. His two sons ain't no good either. He's an actor. He know how to walk and do the businessman act. But he's not that. He's not. The country gonna go broke with him. All the economists told him don't do the tariffs like that. He did it anyway. He's compulsive, so he just do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you can't give a man like that power. I do what I want to do. He going to get people fired off of TV shows. All type of like abuse of power. Like, and now look, you're gonna go in the store gonna be, man, the shelves gonna be empty, man. There's economic struggles ahead. They here already. They here. Things ain't good right now. Things ain't good. Economic situation is messed up, man. Just about 4 years ago, 3 years ago, remember all the people, right before COVID. Remember all the people was doing well? Then COVID came and people started grifting and stuff, trying to figure out how to make money. Then after COVID, people started saying they doing good. Show me somebody saying they doing good. Everybody on social media telling you, send them money, they're going to show you how to do this. Send them money, they're going to show you how to do that. Everybody looking for $1. All of the rappers, all these famous people, they all on YouTube taking our money. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me everybody, famous people on YouTube. Fat Joe, Jada Kiss, Cameron. People all off. Come on, man. Big time sports announcers on YouTube. Everybody on YouTube. Tell me I'm lying. The black dude with the loud mouth, he on YouTube every time he try to make up a new show. Now he got a new political show. You know what I'm saying? No, the economy never recovered. You're 100% right. The economy never recovered after the pandemic during his first administration. It never did. He never gave it a chance to recover. And Biden didn't know where he was at. They put somebody in there that was too old. Biden didn't help nothing because he wasn't president. They said he used to only could work from 10 in the morning to 2 in the evening. Then he had to go back to bed. So we ain't had no president. That's why we got this one. And Biden was 100 and he was 99. So we didn't pay no attention that he was too old too. Because he 82. He right behind Biden. So we got tricked. And we said, man, this dude too old. Get this dude. But that dude was too old too. Trump is old and don't know what's going on. He just be sitting there and they just be handing him paper and he just be signing it. Y'all don't see that? He don't be knowing what he's signing. They say he can't read well. Next time he signs something, watch. It's going to be some dudes standing around him and the way they hand it to him is like, sign this. And he out there doing no apprentice stunting, trying to look like he a boss, and he just signed it. He don't even know what it is. You never seen him read nothing. You never see Donald Trump read. Because his daddy paid for him to go through school and paid for him not to go to the military. That's what they say. Rumors have it that Donald Trump can't read. Hold on. Let me see if it'll show up. Seriously though, is it true Donald Trump? Wait a minute. You'll never see him read nothing. He will not read. He never read nothing. Look, claims that Donald Trump is illiterate are not true, and he has demonstrated an ability to read on numerous occasions. The perception that he cannot read stems from his known dislike of reading and a preference of oral briefing, which has been widely reported by former staff and in books about his administration. So they saying he just don't be want nobody to read. And they saying because he always doing oral stuff, you know what I mean? That he don't, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of private school rich kids ain't smart. Their mamas and daddies pay for everything. A lot of them ain't good athletes. Their mamas and daddies donate to the school, so he the quarterback. And y'all lose every year. Because they be putting people in there based on money, not based on skills. So when you hear him talking about you need to get your position based on skills, that's crazy because he didn't get nothing based on skills. He got everything based on money. I'm going to end this live because I just want to let y'all know, save y'all money. That's it. The moral of the story, save your money. Get you some beans and rice. Get you some food, man, and store it up. I ain't going to say that the economy going to crash, but I would say it's a highly likely there are going to be some economic problems. It might not be disastrous, and it might, but get you some beans and rice and put it up and get your little survival gear and stuff together because the economy is messed up and Mother Nature not happy either. So we between a rock and a hard place. We between economy that is going through something and nature is not happy. That's where we at, y'all. So look, get you some food, put some food up. I'm gonna show you what to do with your food. It's a way you gotta, when you get your food, you gotta freeze it, thaw it out, freeze it again, thaw it out, and store it up. All right. And y'all stay positive. Always stay positive. Eat right, exercise, take care of yourself, and make sure you also go and subscribe to Vegan Intel. www.youtube.com/@vegan intel and get you some food. All right. Victory.